Hallo und willkommen, ich bin Meister Linse and you're watching Get Germanized, Studienkolleg Explained.
I am bored, what should I do?
Ich weiß.
Get Germanized.
One of the German fam has actually requested this topic, so I thought why not make a video about it, because it is probably very important to many of you guys out there, because the Studienkolleg is important to those who have something similar to the Abitur. That is, well, the school degree that you need to get into university. If you don't have it, you cannot study at a university in Germany. So if you have something like that from your own country, but it isn't really the same as the Abitur. Maybe Germany says, well, your degree is a little bit lower on the level there, so you can't really study at a German university with that. If that's the case for you, then you can go to a Studienkolleg and get prepared for studying at a German university, which is basically an intensive 2-semester course, and they teach you about all different kinds of things there. Most of the time, if you go to a Studienkolleg, you are immatriculated, registered at the university of the city you go to the Studienkolleg in. If that makes any sense, that sentence structure. Well, I mean, you will be registered at the university already as a student, but you just don't really go there yet. You pay semester fees maybe, but other than that, a Studienkolleg is usually free. And the semester fee for the university might differ depending on what university you study at. I actually made a different video about that, which I can link in the video description if studying in Germany is free or not. So let's talk about die Ausbildung. What are you gonna learn at the Studienkolleg? Like I said, it's gonna take about 2 semesters, so 6 months per semester most of the time, and they offer different courses depending on what you want to study after. The G course for those who want an arts degree later on, or a humanities degree, something like that. The W course for wirtschaftswissenschaftliche degrees, which is economics. The M course for medicine. The T course for technical studies. And the S course for philology degrees. A mandatory subject you will have to choose during these courses is German. That's non-negotiable. You will have to take a German course, and it can't be a German for beginners course. I think the minimum level that you need to have to go to a Studienkolleg in the first place is about B1 or B2. In addition to the quite obvious things that you will learn, for example, I mean, you will, if you go to a medical course, then you will learn stuff that has to do with your medicine degree, right? But also in addition to that, you will be taught key qualifications, Schlüsselqualifikation, which is, well, how to write down information that you get in an auditorium, for example, during a lecture, like just listening to something and writing it down in a structured way. The work with different texts in general will be taught. How you write analyzations will be taught as well. And also how to present these results that you produce yourself, right? Little presentations will be given, all of that kind of stuff. Basically what you need for the life at a university later on. And if you go to the Studienkolleg in Munich, I'm not sure if other Studienkollegs offer that by now as well, but there you have the possibility to do your Latinum, your Latinum. That basically means that you learn Latin. For some courses, that's a prerequisite. You will have to have a Latinum for, I think, being a teacher even, and stuff like that. So they give you the opportunity to do that as well. So what are the requirements for you to be able to study there? Like I said, you need to be able to speak German quite well. B1 and B2 level, definitely recommended. Also, if you choose a T course, not the T course, but you know, the T course, then you need to be quite good at mathematics. You need to have good knowledge of mathematics. Some Studienkollegs also require you to speak English quite well for courses that might have a lot of English vocabulary terms, or maybe even are presented in English. And many Studienkollegs actually require you to take a test before you can study there or before you can enter, because they want to make sure that you actually have what it takes to get through it until the very end, because like I said, it is mostly for free. There are even private institutions that you can go to prepare yourself for this entrance test. I'm going to link some in the video description as well, of course. After the 2 semesters at the Studienkolleg, you will have to, well, take another test, a little exam, to prove that you've learned everything that is necessary to study at the university. Also, For some Studienkollegs, you might have to take a test in German, an additional one, to prove that you have at least B2 to C1 level, because as soon as you're at the university, better German is most likely required. All you have to do now is, well, apply for the study course that you want, medicine, law, whatever it is, at your favorite university, and hopefully you'll get a spot, and then, well, there you are. You study at a German university. Congratulations. Applications from non-EU countries are usually, well, Germans and EU countries are usually preferred. Like if they have an applicant from one of those countries, or like a foreign country, completely foreign country, if you want to say that, then they will prefer the German or EU countries. They have a quota that they need to fulfill for the foreign countries, so you might be lucky that they take you in that semester. If not, don't be disheartened, just try again at a different university, or maybe next year again. If you come from an EU country though, that is not Germany, it is usually on the same level, so they treat you as if you are a German citizen of your application. It's not gonna be preferred or like is on a lower level or anything like that. It's basically gonna be the same as if you are a German applicant. If you think you have everything that it takes already and you don't need the Studienkolleg at all, there is the possibility to take the exam of the Studienkolleg without actually attending the Studienkolleg, but of course it's going to be very difficult. I recommend going to the Studienkolleg, but maybe you really know that you have everything that it takes already and you just want to take that, so you have the option there. So I hope that explained everything there is to explain about the Studienkolleg. If you have any further questions, I'm sure we can help you out in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, if it was helpful to you, leave a like, share the video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and consider supporting me on patreon.com/getgermanized. Well, in order to make it possible for Get Germanized to put out 3 videos a week every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday at 8 p.m. CET. Become part of the German Elite if you want. Highly appreciate that, of course, as always. And apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen.